Chill English Podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Chill English Podcast, where we help make English a part of your daily life. I'm Alex.
And I'm Chloe. We're so glad you could join us today. We have a really great episode planned.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. Today we're diving deep into a topic that every single person on this planet experiences, the morning routine. We're not just talking about waking up, we'll cover everything from the first alarm to the moment we step out the door.
Exactly. You're going to learn tons of useful everyday phrases, phrasal verbs, and even some cultural insights about how people start their day. So, Alex, I think everyone knows you're the morning person between the two of us. Why don't you kick things off and walk us through your morning?
My pleasure. And that's a great phrase to start with. Kick things off, which, as we said before, just means to begin. All right. So my morning is all about structure and peace. I'm a true early bird.
Okay, let's pause there. Early bird. I know it means you wake up early, but what's the opposite? What would you call me?
That's a great question. The opposite of an early bird is a night owl. A night owl is someone who likes to stay up late at night and usually has trouble waking up early in the morning.
That's me. I'm 100% a night owl. So what time does this early bird wake up?
I naturally wake up around 6 a.m., usually just before my alarm is set to go off. My body clock is just used to it. The first thing I do before even sitting up is take a few deep breaths. It helps me transition from sleeping to being awake calmly.
Wow, that sounds so zen. My transition is a lot more aggressive. It starts with my alarm blaring at 7:30 a.m.
Blaring. Can you explain that word?
Sure. To blare means to make a very loud, harsh sound. So my alarm doesn't just ring, it blares. And my first reaction is always to hit the snooze button. I think the snooze button is both the best and worst invention ever.
I agree. It gives you a few extra minutes of sleep, but it can also make you late. So after your alarm blares, you hit snooze. Then what?
I probably hit it one more time or three. Then I finally come to my senses, realize what time it is, and start my day feeling a bit groggy.
Those are two great expressions. To come to your senses means you start to think clearly and behave sensibly after a period of foolishness or confusion. And groggy?
Groggy is that feeling when you're not fully awake yet. You feel sleepy, weak, and a bit dizzy or confused. That's me for the first 30 minutes of the day. What about you, Mr. Early Bird? I bet you never feel groggy.
Not usually. After my deep breaths, I sit up and drink a full glass of water that I keep on my bedside table. It's the best way to kickstart my system and rehydrate.
Kickstart. That's like starting a motorcycle, right?
Exactly. It means to do something that helps a process start or improve more quickly. So the water kickstarts my metabolism and wakes me up. After that, I get out of bed and do about 10 minutes of light stretching. It helps to work out the kinks from sleeping.
Work out the kinks. What a strange phrase.
It's an idiom. Kinks are like stiffness or muscle cramps. So to work out the kinks means to get rid of the stiffness in your muscles, usually by stretching or moving around.
I see. My version of working out the kinks is scrolling through my phone for 15 minutes while still in bed. It helps my brain wake up, but I know it's probably not the healthiest way to start the day. I read about doing a digital detox in the morning.
A digital detox is a great concept. It's when you intentionally stop using digital devices like phones or computers for a certain period to reduce stress. I try to avoid my phone for at least the first hour of my day. Okay, so after stretching, I head to the bathroom.
Right, to go to the bathroom. I do that too, eventually. I brush my teeth, wash my face with a facial cleanser, and then I hop in the shower.
Me too. I prefer a cool shower. I find it really invigorating.
Invigorating? That's a good word.
It means it makes you feel fresh, healthy, and full of energy. The cool water is invigorating. I guess you prefer a warm shower?
Oh, absolutely. I need a warm, almost hot shower. For me, it's more soothing. It helps me relax and slowly wake up. It's not invigorating, it's comforting. After the shower, I dry off and then the daily crisis begins, choosing what to wear.
This is where my planning comes in handy. As I've mentioned, I always lay out my clothes the night before. I check the weather forecast and pick an appropriate outfit. It's one less decision I have to make in the morning.
That is so smart. For me, it's a different story. I open my closet and just stare at it, thinking, I have nothing to wear, even though it's full. Eventually, I just throw on whatever is clean and comfortable.
Let's compare those two phrases. My routine is to lay out my clothes, which is planned and organized. Your routine is to throw on clothes, which implies it's done quickly and without much thought.
That describes it perfectly. There's zero thought involved. Next up, breakfast, the most important meal of the day, or so they say.
I truly believe that. I need a balanced meal to start my day properly. I usually have oatmeal with berries, seeds, and a little bit of honey, or sometimes I'll have scrambled eggs with whole wheat toast. It helps me fuel up for the hours ahead.
A balanced meal. That means it has a good mix of different types of food like protein and carbohydrates and vitamins, right?
Exactly. It gives you steady energy. What about you? Are you a big breakfast person?
I wish I were. On a good day, I'll grab a bite. Usually that's just a piece of toast with butter or maybe a bowl of cereal. If I'm running late, I'll just have a banana on my way out the door.
Grab a bite is a great common idiom. It means to get something to eat quickly. And that brings us to the most critical part of many people's mornings, including yours, I suspect.
Coffee. You suspect correctly. I am not a functional human being without coffee. It's non-negotiable.
A functional human being. That's a dramatic but very common way to say that you can't operate or work properly. So tell us about your coffee ritual.
It's a very simple, no-fuss ritual. I have a coffee machine that uses pods. I just pop one in, press a button, and I have coffee. It's all about speed and getting my caffeine fix.
No fuss means simple and requiring little effort. And a caffeine fix is that dose of caffeine that you need to feel normal or energetic. My process is a bit more involved. I use a French press.
Ooh, fancy. What does that entail?
Entail just means to involve. Well, I grind the coffee beans myself, boil the water to the right temperature, let it brew for exactly 4 minutes, and then press it. The whole process is a nice little ritual, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee fills the kitchen.
The aroma, the smell. That does sound nice. I just get the sound of my machine groaning.
So you drink it black? Yes, usually black. How about you?
I need milk and a little sugar. Usually I make a latte at home. Okay, let's imagine we're at a coffee shop. This is super useful for our listeners. How would you order your coffee?
Simple. I'd say, "Hi, can I get a medium Americano, please?"
And I would say, hi there, I'd like a large skinny latte, please. Skinny means with non-fat milk. This is great vocabulary for anyone traveling. Okay, so after coffee, what's next?
While I sip my coffee, I do my mental prep for the day. I take about 10 minutes to do some journaling, just writing down my thoughts or what I'm grateful for. Then I go over my to-do list for the day.
To go over something. That means to review or check it, right?
Exactly. I review my appointments and tasks so I know what my day looks like. It helps me feel in control.
Do you do any mental prep?
My mental prep is the mad dash to find my keys, wallet, and phone. I do a quick mental checklist to make sure I have everything, but it's usually while I'm already putting on my shoes.
A mad dash is a great way to describe a frantic rush, I see. My final step is calm. I pack my bag, grab my keys, and head out the door.
And my final step is to double check that I've turned off the lights and locked the door. And then I also head out, probably 5 minutes later than I should have. To double check is to check something for a second time to be absolutely sure.
And there you have it. From 6 a.m. peace to an 8:45 a.m. mad dash. Two very different but very real morning routines.
Wow, we covered so much today. I think we need a big recap.
Good idea. Let's recap some of the key vocabulary and phrases we discussed today, grouped by category.
Okay, for waking up, we had early bird versus night owl, an alarm that is blaring, to feel groggy, to kickstart your day, to work out the kinks, a digital detox.
For getting ready, we learned an invigorating shower versus a soothing shower, to lay out your clothes, to throw on your clothes.
For breakfast and coffee, we talked about a balanced meal, to fuel up, to grab a bite, being a functional human being, a no-fuss routine, getting your caffeine fix, to brew coffee and its aroma.
And for planning and leaving, we had journaling, to go over a list, a mad dash, and to double check.
That was a lot, but hopefully it was all super useful. We really wanted to give you a deep, detailed look into the real language people use for something they do every single day.
Exactly. The best way to practice is to try and describe your own morning using some of these new words and phrases. Even just thinking it in your head is great practice.
And that brings us to our question for you. We want to know, what is one new phrase you learned today that perfectly describes a part of your morning routine?
Are you an early bird who likes to lay out your clothes? Or do you drag yourself out of bed and have a mad dash out the door? Let us know in the comments. We love reading them.
Thanks so much for tuning in and spending part of your day with us.
We'll be back in the next episode. Until then, take care.
Bye.
Bye.